Well, got two on the porch. Nobody in the house. Ugh. Hey, Marty. How you doing, sir? It's hump day. Let me get rid of whatever that is right there. Got five on the porch, one in the house. About the same. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. I've been feeling pretty good. And I'm accomplishing a lot. I've been going out on my scooter. It's still not fixed, but I can go a short distance before it starts acting up. But uh did you ever watch Jackpot Digger? He his channel's going to pot. I used to like watching him, but he's he's been marching in all those anti-vax things, those where people go out and demonstrate and everything. And all he's gonna do is just piss a lot of his subscribers off that don't believe the way. I don't know why he done that, but he's not doing squat. He used to do a lot of scrapping videos, but nothing going on now. You don't go political on your channel, and that's kind of what he did. Oh shoot! I've been pretty busy today. I got a lot done. A couple of days ago, I went down to the bamboo patch and cut me some more stakes for my garden. Um, then this morning I went to the place down the road there that where I've been getting those cuttings for the golden dewdrops, yeah. And then I come back home, put the charger on the battery, and about that time, I have some tools that I've got advertised on Craigslist, and this guy come by today. Hey, Lisa, how you doing, dear? Come by and bought one of the sanders, give me a $10 bill for it. So I immediately took that $10 bill down there to the tool store where I've been buying those. They got them 2 gallon size uh, nursery pots, $4. And I ain't never been able to find any of those anywhere for less than around 50 or 60 cents each. So I took that $10 down there and I got me 40. Cause I hope he keeps them like that, cause I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more. Hey Troy. Hey Christy. Lisa has a toothache. I don't have toothaches. Well, every once in a while I get a phantom pain. 2 years back, I got tired of paying the dentist money to take care of my teeth all the time and asked him would he pull them. He didn't want to pull them. And I told him, well, if you don't, I'll just go to somebody. Hey, Kill Sweats. Try oil pulling, Lisa. What's oil pulling, Kill Sweats? Whoop, my hearing aid's acting up. Fix that thing. My other one ought to be getting back from the repair service. That repair service is in Kansas. In Kent. Me too, and my leg and head still hurts. So sorry, Troy. I just seen a thing on the news where they found, well, I don't know if they found the guy or not, but they found his backpack and a notebook and all that stuff in that reserve they've been looking in, along with some human remains. They didn't say whether the human remains was him or not. I guess it's too soon to tell. I hope it ain't. I'd like to see that boy in cuffs and tried. But you never know. I don't know. He may went in there and committed suicide. Who knows? Who knows? But no, I've been doing pretty good. I'm learning more and more. Lisa, I'm learning more and more about that pine cone ginger lilies, the rhizomes in there and everything. I went out and I dug some up in a spot where I didn't want any growing. And I reckon I got about 10 pounds of rhizomes now, but they didn't all come from my patch. When I was out on my scooter today, I was passing by this little patch of woods and I happened to see some leafy plants over, and I said, that looks like ginger. So I went over there. It wasn't about 10 foot in, and sure enough, it was pine cone ginger lilies. Had some of the pine cones on it and everything. And I pulled all of them up. There might be one more there, I'm not sure, but I think I got them all. And brought them things home. But I have noticed on eBay, the people that selling these rhizomes for those, they're not digging up a bunch of rhizomes and then putting them on a shelf somewhere and sell them when they get a sale for it. They only dig them up when they only dig up what they got sold. Supposedly that's better when you dig them up the day you ship them, is what it's saying. So I'm learning a lot of stuff about that. But I'm telling you, there's going to be a whole lot of rhizomes under that stuff in my patch, because I just barely pulled up about 5 or 6, and them roots was everywhere under the dirt. You just because you don't see a leaf growing don't mean there's none there. but they travel in the ground, you know. So it's getting pretty interesting. Getting pretty interesting. And tonight is Survivor Night. Lisa, I will check the vid in the morning. Let's see which one. I had one go up this morning. Yeah, I believe that's got something to do with me digging them up. And I got the video I made today that's going to be going up in the morning is about once I just figured out they need to be in the ground, I got all these pots and I started putting 2 or 3 in each pot, keeping them in the ground. Oh, golly, then. Oh, let's see, what else did I there's something I wanted to mention and I can't think of what it is. I know some of you guys tell me it don't really make a teetotal difference about my channel and thing when people leave thumbs down and thumbs up, but it just irritates me no end. Well, it don't irritate me, it just bothers me that I'm getting somewhere around, most of my videos run anywhere from 50 to 100. Some of them run more than 100 over a period of 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm only getting like 5 or 6 thumbs up. And I got these 3 trolls. Most of the time it's 3. Sometimes just 2 of them do it. And they go in there and leave a thumbs down. And I hate seeing that percentage over there. Like I was looking at this video that went up this morning. I've got 6 thumbs up and 3 thumbs down. And that makes, I've got a 75% approval rating. So when you only get just a half a dozen or so thumbs up, it don't take just a couple of them just to knock the crap out of you on a percentage wise. Now, I know it don't matter. Well, y'all are telling me it doesn't matter. I don't know. The ginger lily, I need your ketchup. Yeah, it's and also I'm working on, I should have been doing this for the last few months about a compost pile. I filled up a 5-gallon bucket just in 1 week, and I'm fixing to start a pile out back. I'm gonna have actually 2. I'm gonna start a pile, and when it gets big enough, then I'm gonna start another pile, and I'm gonna keep it covered. But yeah, I got a 5, and I got a lot of my baby. Hold on a minute. Well, where is it? There it is. You know, you can use you need nitrogen and carbon to make a good balanced pile, you know. And the nitrogen is the green stuff, you know, the food scraps, potato peels. Lots of times my daughter will peel, well, she peels her potatoes if she's making mashed potatoes. And most of the time I'll grab them things and put them in the refrigerator or put them in some water and later on fix them. I love them things. I love them fried. But you can take stuff like that and eggshells but I've been taking cardboard. We got on cardboard boxes all the time, you know, and I cut that stuff like that, and then and I'm holding it over the container and I'm cutting into smaller pieces. There's a shredder that you can get. It shreds paper, but you can also take pieces of cardboard and stick in there. And when it shreds it, I don't know what it does, but when it comes out, it's almost like a dust. So it's really broke down. That stuff would decompose fast. But I get a lot of scraps and stuff, you know, that I can do compost. And somebody again asked me, said, you know what? I had 4 compost tumblers that I built. I made them out of 55-gallon drum barrels. I made a door with hinges on it. I had things built inside that was like teeth, and it would, and I had a crank on the end of the thing, where I could turn it and tumble that stuff, and I had 4 of them going at all the time. And that's when I was getting eggshells and coffee grounds from the restaurants, and I accumulated a lot of compost. And of course, about that time when the landlord got on me about my greenhouse and my compost tumblers, and they were really neat. They were really neat, but he just had to put a stop. And he's the one come over where I didn't say nothing about it at first, other than, well, he needs something to do. And then all of a sudden, oh, he didn't give a rat's arse. But I'm okay with having a pile out there and going out there with a pitchfork and tossing it maybe once a week. Oh, and I got just a spot to do that. It won't be in anybody's way. It won't be in sight and stuff like that. Angie, I have been cooking supper and come in late. I've already had supper. I just love the compost pile in the winter. If you stick a PVC pipe with holes in it, it lets out steam. Yes, it sure does. Yeah, and I save coffee grounds all the time. I've got well, hold on a minute. I think I got this is a small Folgers can, but I got the big Folgers can, and I've got 4 of them full of the coffee grounds. Um, I get that one. I wish that restaurant would let me have the coffee grounds again, like they used to, but they won't do it. They won't let me have the eggshells or the coffee grounds. But if I was driving, I know a couple of places I could go and get it. Now I can go over to that restaurant after they close. They close at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I could get over and dig in the dumpster and get their stuff, but boy, it'd be nasty. It would be nasty. I'm trying to say, hey, did I see no, I don't see her. I know Willow's having a hard time right now. She won't be able to get them injections, I think, till next month. Um, but yeah, boy, when I seen that, when I when I seen that ginger lily out there, I said that looks like ginger lily. Boy, I was taking my scooter in there, but I got in there okay and got out okay. And I pulled up, think 5 different plants, and I didn't just take the rhizomes. I took the whole plants, and I chopped them plants up, the leafy parts of them up, except for the small ones. Small ones I put in a put in containers, and I'll let them see how they grow. But I don't know. I don't know. This is just kind of a blind thing for me, right? Because I don't know that much about them. I didn't even know what they were when I first seen them, and then Lisa Kleckner told me, and so I've learned a lot about them. And I'll tell you something else. I wasn't going to save that ginger shampoo liquid that you get out of them cones till I put some on my arms today, and I mean that felt wonderful. It felt better than putting aloe. What the heck was that? Was that a darn tick? Son of a gun. A tick? Got a tick. Son of a gun. I'm killing that sucker right there. You ain't biting nobody else, my friend. You dead. Now I better put some where is it? Let me get some. Let me do an alcohol wipe. I don't want to be catching nothing. Rub my arm right there where he wasn't biting me. He was crawling. Rub my fingers with that alcohol. I must have got that in the woods today. How about that? Oh my gosh, I ain't. It's the first time I've seen a tick in my hair. I got to get my head shaved again. Look at that. I don't like that hat. Let me put my. I don't like that hat. Got my camera on it though. Well, that don't matter. Um, but yeah, man, I found that today. I'm kind of wondering. I don't know how fast that stuff grows. I don't know. But I seen one guy on eBay. He had a listing for 10 pounds of those ginger lily rhizomes for 200. Was it $212 or 200? It was 200 or 212. I can't remember. Uh, but now I lost my train. Oh, had them listed for $212 for 10 pounds. And just that little bitty bit of stuff I did yesterday and today, I know I've got over 10 pounds. But it's just something I maybe can sell right on. You know, if you leave them in the ground, they're continuing to grow. And I've got 14 pots out there now with the ginger lilies plants in them, you know, with leaves on them and everything. They're not big, but some of them roots, some of them rhizomes are that long. Uh, but like I say, I don't know that much about them. I'm learning. And I also went over to that place today and got that tree that shrub that I was getting my golden dewdrop cuttings off of that I got rooting and everything. I went over the day and they haven't trimmed that thing in a while, and it's just loaded with cuttings on there. And I know I got about 100 cuttings today. Starbucks is required to give you a coffee grounds if asked. Boy, I wished I could get over there. Um, I'd like to have a big run of coffee grounds. That's good for the compost pile too. I think I heard somewhere that coffee grounds like that has nitrogen in it. I'm not sure, but I know when you're making a compost pile, you got to balance that out with the carbons or the I'm drawing a blank. Nitrogen, and I was just talking about it and I done forgot. But you got to balance it out, and that's why I use a lot of cardboard, and I cut this cardboard up into little pieces. It's a little time consuming, but it don't take long. And I usually do a layer of the nitrogen, then a layer of the brown stuff. Man, I wish, I try to keep my mind working all the time. I don't, uh, I have 4 different passwords I use. I got a password for this computer, I got a different password for the other computer, and I got a password for one of my email account, and I got a different password for the other email account. And I look at it this way: if I just go up there and lock them in where it just automatically lets me in without giving the password, you get lazy and you get forgetful. So as long as I got to use them passwords every day, and I do 4 times a day, at least 4 times a day, and it, I feel like it helps keep my mind a little bit sharper. Um, and somebody told me that I need to quit telling all you people I love you. Well, I ain't gonna quit. It's like, you guys know I love you, and if I died in my sleep tonight, at least you'll say, well, the last thing he said was he loved us. And that's the same way with my kids and everything, but I tell them every day. Tell them every day. Yeah, well, I put some eggshells in my compost, but for the most part, I take eggshells. First, I put them in the oven and bake them a little bit, and then I smash them up. I put them in the processor, and I almost put them in. It's almost a powder when I get done, very fine. And then I take banana peels, and right now I'm having trouble getting banana peels, and I let them get dry and crispy, and then I grind them up into a powder. And I mix the banana peels and the eggshells together, and that makes a uh, fantastic homemade fertilizer for your tomatoes and peppers. I mean, excellent. And when you and the finer you get those eggshells, the more calcium that whatever you put them in can get out of them, because it don't have to break them down. And also, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you take and boil eggs in a pot of water, there is calcium that leaches out of those eggshells, out of the eggs, the shell, and into the water, and a you have calcium water there that's excellent to pour in some of your plants and stuff. And that's a fact. That's not just me. Imagine that. I know that to be a fact. Also, tea bags. I didn't start saving tea bags just recently, and my grandson and my daughter, they make a lot of tea. And I've been getting them bags. Now, if the bags is in plastic kind of bags, you got to take the tea out of the bags. But if it's just the fabric kind, like most of them are, you just throw the bag and all into your compost. Uh, I'm fixing to try and get out there and rake some leaves too. There's some big old magnolia leaves that's on the ground and they're dried. Uh, I wished I had some kind of a grinder that I could throw them uh, magnolia cones and pine cone looking things. I wished I could throw them in there and grind them up. I wished I could grind up pine cones. Because all that's, it's all nutrient rich. There's a lot of stuff that just gets thrown aside or thrown out that can be repurposed. And I used to didn't be that aware of stuff like that you could use, but when I got poor, I started coming up with ways to get something without having to come up with money to get it. Of course, still there's things you have to get. You have to have money, but fertilizers and compost, all that, it's just there for the taking. So and I even the guy was mowing the grass on that lot next to us out towards the road there, and I mean it was up real high, and the road was just covered with those grass clippings when he left. And I went out there and filled up a 5-gallon bucket with grass clippings. I hadn't put that into my compost yet. I try to mix a little of the brown and a little bit of the nitrogen, the green stuff, food scraps. I try to do it in layers. But boy, I guess people thought I was crazy picking up them clippings. But, it was just going to wash away, and go to waste. Okay, what time? I gotta watch time tonight because I'm a Survivor fanatic, and tonight is Survivor. And if any of y'all watch Survivor, boy, that boy last week, that JT, that lady played him. She even got him to leave to let her hold his advantage card he had. I couldn't see what kind of reason she gave for that, but he let her have it. And, and then she blindsided him, got rid of him. I've seen young guys on there like that usually fall for that stuff. I've seen that happen before. But she sure got him. She sure did it. She's sitting there when she was talking about it, in private, and she's got, What was she going? Oh, she'll be one I love to hate. But you know what? That's all in that game, you know. But she flat. I use crushed crab legs and mussel shells in one of my blueberry plants. Uh, I wonder if there's some way you can grind up crab leg shells in the processor. I don't know. I know I used to grind up a lot of eggshells. Matter of fact, I wore out a couple of food processors just grinding eggshells. And then at one time, I was looking at this little machine that makes it don't make you buy the capsules, the empty medicinal capsules, you know, like you take uh, yeah, and they looked a lot like these gabapentin capsules, only they don't have any printing on them. And uh, I was gonna start grinding my eggshells that I had sterilized, grind them up into a powder, and you pour that powder into the machine, and then you fill the capsules up in the other part of the machine, and it'll sit there and put a dose in each capsule. And but then I didn't buy the machine. I'm glad I didn't, because I found out if you start making that stuff for human consumption, they have to come out and inspect what you're doing, where you're doing it, and all that stuff. And then you have to have uh, tests run on the contents and all that stuff, and it just got really complicated. So I didn't do it. But I was taking them. I wasn't putting them in a capsule. I was mixing it in water or milk or something, and uh, taking calcium like that. I take calcium now. I take potassium now, but I have to watch that potassium. They don't like it if you get too much of that in your system, or the doctor don't. I don't know why. Speaking of crushed crab leg, boy, I'd like to have a good mess of snow crab or a fidio or whatever you want to call it. I do not like king crab. Lots of people love them things, but I'm gonna tell you what's truth. They don't have the same taste that an ophelio or a snow crab has, and I don't like blue crabs. I only like snow crab. I love scallops. I love fish, especially flounder and rainbow trout. I don't like bass. Uh, I like mussels. What else is I like? I don't like octopus or anything like that. Uh, I seen where I seen an article the other day that people were actually eating dogs in Korea, and there was actually food stores that sold dog meat. But they're kind of getting away from that now. But it seems like that used to be a common practice. Uh, I guess it's I guess it's meat, you know, but I ain't no dang way. Ain't no way. But you know, different cultures, different things. Some people eat eyeballs out of animals and stuff, you know, and don't ever fix me a meal with fish and you got that sucker sitting there with the head on it. Good grief. No, sir. And there's, I like, I like what I like, but and I, if I don't like something, I don't like it, and I'm not gonna try it. Uh, yes, I watch it. I knew she was going to do. You hope what doesn't come to the United States, Angie? It's a small world. Something can happen on the other side of the world, and sooner or later it's going to affect the other side. I think that's called the butterfly effect. Um, but it's just like this COVID did, man. It just my baby had his second COVID shot the other day, and he he uh, uh, he didn't have any reactions to it at all, nothing at all. So I was glad of that. Eating dog. Oh, I don't think that ever happened. You don't know. Just like that Donner Party out west that got trapped up there in a big pass somewhere for the winter. No feed, no food, and people was dying, and the people that was living started eating, cannibalizing the person that died. And that's a fact. And you don't know what you do if you're starving. I don't know. I don't think I could ever do something like that, but I couldn't swear to it because your mind gets numb to things if it's desperate enough. But anyhow, um, I was hoping Naparuski would come on. Uh, by the way, Lisa, there's a picture. Well, no, it's in the video. There's a little plant. It's got one stem coming up out of the dirt and one leaf, and it's a variegated leaf. I found that in the woods. I don't know what it is, but I know it's not a wild plant, even though I found it in the woods. Uh, See if you can tell me what that is. I wished I could get that app on my phone that helps you identify plants, but I don't. I don't know if my phone could handle it. Uh, but I won't eat possum. I won't eat raccoon. I won't eat gophers, which is a type of a turtle. I won't eat turtle. Um, I won't. I don't like duck. I don't like geese. I won't eat ostrich. And they say it's extremely healthy, but I ain't eating no ostrich. Oh, there's several things. Bear. Some people eat bear meat. Not me. I'm a beef, chicken, and fish type of person. Don't want any of that other stuff. I don't. I tasted alligator tail one time, and tell you the truth, it was kind of good. But I'm not a fan of it. I know with all the problems we got with iguanas running around down here, uh, people eat those. What they eat off of the iguana is the legs. But there's a lot of iguanas, and them things are really, really invasive. They're really invasive, and they eat what they eat. What they do so much damage to the native trees and stuff because they eat the blooms, the flowers, stuff like that, and they just decimate. Look at my hair. That's why I don't like my long hair or my hair long. How about that? Does that look better? uh, I got to get a haircut. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. I'm looking not so neat. But anyway, oh, I got something I'm gonna fix next week. What about frog? Nope, no frog legs. No frog legs. Marty used to hunt turtle and ate turtle when he was younger. I don't like it. Now they got something down here. They call it a gopher. I call it a turtle. But it digs holes in the ground and burrows down in the hole. And there was so many people eating them things. So many people eating them things that they become endangered. Now it's against the law to catch them things. And my brother-in-law used to do that. He didn't care whether it was against the law or not. And I thought it was wrong. It was endangered species. But he's dead now, so I can tell it. He come home to him and my sister, and everything. He come home, and he had, I reckon he had 10 or 12 gophers in the back of his pickup truck, just crawling around. And he didn't do anything with them that evening. And when I got ready to leave and go home, I live across the county. I went I went in there. I went out there and opened his tailgate, left it down. He didn't have no gophers the next day. And he always said, I can't believe I left that tailgate down. Well, you didn't leave it down, my friend. But them gophers got gone. He shouldn't have been doing that. Something's endangered. You don't just kill them all. He shouldn't have been doing it. Just like that guy that pulled up I was at Dairy Queen, and the guy was black, and his wife was white, and their babies was mixed. You could tell that. And I was just looking. I got a mixed grandson at home, and I wasn't looking at it like turning my nose up at it or something. I just was looking over there, and he said, you got a problem with my family? I forget what he called me. No, I don't have a problem with your family. He got real smart. And then he went on into Dairy Queen. And as I was going back to my car, he had 4 or 5 gophers running around in the back. So he'd been out catching gophers. And so he got so smart with me. I said, you know what? I'm gonna fix his wagon. And I got in the car, and I had a phone in the car. And back then, you didn't have a cell phone you could walk around with. You could have it in your car, and I had it on my car. And I called the game wardens. and told them I'm sitting here at Dairy Queen and there's a pickup truck sitting next to me, and the guy's been out catching gophers, and there's some running around the back of his truck. And they said, is he still there? I said, yeah, they're inside eating. And he said, well, let us know if they leave. And I said, well, I'll even do better than that. If they leave, I'll follow them and tell you where they're at. And I felt bad about it later on because the game warden come up there and they arrested the guy and took the turtles, and the lady, she had to drive herself and the two kids home, I guess. But a couple of months later, I got this check in the mail from the wildlife people. It was a reward for turning that guy in, and I got so much per turtle, and it was $200 or $300 that I got. I wasn't even expecting that. So he shouldn't have assumed that I was being racist or something by looking over there at his children. I was smiling at them. You know? Best in this day and time, if you ain't got something nice to say, just keep your dang mouth shut. That's the way I feel about it. Anyhow, I've almost been talking an hour. I'm going to have to. Oh, crap. That comes on in 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. Hey, guys, I love you. I appreciate all of you being here. The gophers that I'm talking about is a tortoise. It's a turtle. And that's what they call them down here. I know the kind of gopher you're talking about, Lisa. Bison is yummy. I don't particularly, I would try bison. But, hey, my Irish friend, how you doing? I was looking at one of your videos today. You always doing something about fishing. Anyhow, I've got to get going because Sabara coming on in 10 minutes. I love you all and I appreciate it. I really do. Check out. And look, guys, when you look at my videos, please leave a thumbs up. It don't hurt. But, you know, I got this one video. It's got about 40 views on it right now, and I only got 6 thumbs up. Got 6 thumbs up and 3 thumbs down. All right, I got to go. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you Saturday. Where is it? I'm going to do this since I'm on this, and I'll